And I got another box recently, and this one comes from Racer X on the Mazda626.net forums, and he is also listed as Jobo Racing on Facebook, so you can give him a shout. He runs a Mazda 626 Le Mans car, and he purchased MegaSquirt 3 for his car, and then wanted a donor engine, so he bought this really slick looking Ford Probe that just seemed like a shame to hack it up just to take out the engine. And I'll post a picture up so you can see just how pretty that probe was. It was just wow. That probe had MegaSquirt 2 in it. So you can see kind of the things that people want to do for me and send me. And I understand the premise. It's because you guys want to have someone that has the same kind of system that you can bounce ideas off of. And I completely understand that. And I appreciate all of the free parts that people send me to do, cleaning tutorials and videos and replicating parts and figuring out issues and problem solving, and that's all really, really neat, and I definitely appreciate it. Hey man, I've used MegaSquirt 2 version 3.57 board case and hacked up harness that came with the probe. The board has several unknown custom mods and was supposedly working with EDIS 4 ignition when the car was parked. I would be willing to ship it to you, my most loyal team supporter, for free. I didn't want to spend the extra time to figure out the board and the harness and possibly undo the mods. That's why I spent a little extra money on a new compatible MicroSquirt. However, DIY AutoTune still sells harnesses and parts for this board. And I priced out the harness, and the harness comes to about 80 bucks. It's going to require some investment from me in order to get this thing up and running. If you did play with it, I suggest setting it up piggyback with your current ECU. You could set up EDIS 4 ignition and 98 coils and customize your ignition curve without messing with your fuel injection. I can get you parts list and car model year info to scavenge the parts needed from the junkyard. By the way, I have never even powered up this board, so it could be DOA. However, everything else I got with the probe has been functional, so I have no reason to believe it's bad. To be honest, I have a selfish motivation here. It would be helpful to me if someone else had data/experience to share and possibly enhance my FSDE tune. So this offer is only good if you actually intend to play with the MegaSquirt on the FSDE motor. If you want to start an FSDE MegaSquirt thread, I would be glad to add everything I've learned to it. What do you think, Racer X? It's a DB9 cable. Looks like vacuum. Oh, it's already been modified. Oh wait, no, that's the crank sensor. And the ignition module. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is MegaSquirt 2. Let me know how you would react if you were sent a message as gratuitous as this. So I have MegaSquirt 2 because someone wanted to be selfish. Does that make any sense to anybody? Now this is what's commonly known as a standalone engine management system. This is a complete ECU, standalone, where you can tune it. I believe the MegaSquirt 2 only does up to 4 cylinders. I could be wrong. So that's perfect for me because I have a 4-cylinder car. I will have to modify my ignition system, install a crank sensor and a new pulley in order to work with this, because the 1993 to 1995 Mazda 626 does not have an external crank sensor. It uses the one in the distributor. But in order to use this module, you have to go distributorless, deleting your distributor. EDIS, electronic distributorless ignition system. I plan on doing EDIS with the 1998 coil system. Either do a coil pack from a 1998 to 2002 Mazda 626, or I could try and do coil on plugs from a Protege. I haven't quite figured out what direction I'm going to do, but this is going to be a complete MegaSquirt install, including all custom wiring. Every single pin there requires a custom wire to be run, and as you saw from my last unboxing, all of the manual transmission stuff that Prince Valorum spent a lot of time to pull, that's pretty much gone out the window now. But I paid for that, so I don't feel guilty about it. This looks like it's actually been cracked open before. That's why he's talking about it's been modified. So this is a modified MegaSquirt to work with the Ford Probe 4-cylinder, which is going to be exactly compatible with the system that I'm building. So whatever modifications he made to that Ford Probe 4-cylinder will also work for my Mazda 626 4-cylinder, because it's pretty much the same exact stuff. But I'm still not going to be relying on the map. I'm going to have to start my own map. And that's going to be part of the learning process, is tuning. Yes, I'm getting into tuning. I'm looking forward to it. That means I can run the auto-tune software on my laptop. I still have to purchase the auto-tune software. I can't remember exactly what it's called. I'm excited to get into that. And it looks like this harness, this crank sensor is already, oh God, that's bad. I'm going to have to redo that. But part of one of these wires has to be actually ground to this shield wire. This additional wire here is wrapped around the entire outside of the wire, as it's hard to explain, but yeah, it's for radio frequency, but it also acts as the ground. So you use this as your ground, and you're gonna have to do a hell of a lot better job than that, but I will. And that's coming in the future. And this is, I'm guessing this is the ignition module. Yeah, this is the EDIS 4 ignition module. I will be using that. I'm not going to be able to get to this probably until about the spring. So this is not going to be like something I'm going to start immediately working on, because I still have Chloe's car in the garage and my car out in the driveway. And Chloe's car doesn't even have axles in it. Doesn't even have an engine in it right now, so it's going to be a while. But I know that he's excited that he's going to have a tuner buddy that's running the FS that will document and make videos and all of that, as well as anyone else that wants to learn how to install MegaSquirt, especially for you guys that want to do forced induction, turbo builds. This is going to be very handy for you for tuning. Now, Mighty Car Mods did a whole entire series where they installed a Haltech ECU, but that was a custom engine in a different application. This is going to be just a stock replication tune. I'm not going to be taking this to the drag strip or anything like that. This is just so that I can get more information out of this than what OBD1 provides. It's not going to provide me with more information than OBD2, but it will allow me to control it the way that I can't control it with OBD2. So it's kind of like in the middle between OBD1 and OBD2. It gives me more functionality, but not as many aftermarket toys to play with it. This is a proprietary system, so I can't just go out and buy an OBD2 dongle to hook in this and then run a torque application on a smartphone. Okay, this is not going to be OBD2 compatible as far as I know. So it's proprietary, and that comes with some caveats. For example, if the ECU fails or some of the components fail, I can't just look up wiring diagrams. I can't just go to the junkyard and replace parts. So it took me a while when I was posed the question, do I want this, in order to decide. And I ultimately ended up saying yes, because it's better than OBD1. It's not going to have as many toys because it's not OBD2, but I can tune it and tune the fuel maps and help Racer X with his Le Mans race car at the same time. So it's kind of a give and take, I guess, between convenience and tuning. Just because someone goes to tuning, don't think that's going to be, awesome in every single respect, because it's not. There are some pros and cons to doing something like this. And it's obviously good for my channel to take my channel and my car in a different direction that might be beneficial to my channel. Be able to answer more questions, because pretty much all the questions that I can answer on the stock 4-cylinder automatic or FS I've already answered and I've already made videos on. So this will give me something new as far as my car and my channel is concerned. So I'm really excited about doing MegaSquirt 2. I will be in contact with the DIY Auto-Tune guys. They have DIY Auto-Tune also has a Facebook page if you're interested in learning, asking questions before you actually go out and spend some money on these. These units are expensive. They're not cheap. So this was a pretty expensive gift. Instead of him selling this on eBay, for example, and making a nice profit that he could put into his car, there's also another guy that just got a new FS. His name is Don Rickman on Facebook. He also just got a MegaSquirt for his FS, and all three of us are now going to be looking forward to working together to make base tunes, fuel maps, and figuring out the best way to do, you know, EDIS and all that stuff. So it's very exciting for me, and I'm very happy to make this announcement. It also makes me very sad that I haven't actually had the time to install all the MTX parts that Prince Valorum has shipped me. I will still use a lot of those components, and I appreciate it very much, Prince Valorum. So there you go. There's my announcement. MegaSquirt for the FS Mazda 2.0 liter manual transmission, because you're not going to do this on an automatic. So I hope you enjoyed the unboxing video, and looking forward to the future, probably in the spring or summer. Cool.